Tim Bradford trudged through the front door of their home, exhaustion etched on his face. The day had been particularly grueling, filled with back-to-back cases that demanded his full attention. All he wanted now was to spend time with his family, especially with his toddler daughter, Lola, whose laughter always melted away the day's stress. But the house was eerily quiet. Usually, Lucy Bradford, his wife, would be there to greet him, her warm smile a balm for his weary soul. Tonight there was no such greeting. Tim frowned, concern furrowing his brow. He followed the faint sound of laughter coming from the backyard. When he stepped outside, the scene before him was unexpected. Lucy was sitting on the outdoor couch, half crying, half laughing, her hands covering her face. She looked up at him, a mixture of relief and exasperation in her eyes.
"Lucy," he called softly, walking over to her. "What's going on?"
Lucy took a deep breath, her emotions swirling. "Oh, Tim," she began, her voice shaky yet amused. "I tried everything to put Lola to bed tonight. She threw the biggest tantrum. Nothing worked."
Tim sat down beside her, wrapping an arm around her shoulders. And then
Lucy sighed, leaning into his comforting embrace. "I finally gave in and let her watch a movie while I did the dishes. I thought that would calm her down." She paused, a small smile playing on her lips. "But then I heard her laughing and came out to check on her." She pointed toward the edge of the yard, and Tim followed her gaze. There, in the dim light of the backyard, was Lola. The little girl was covered head to toe in mud, gleefully splashing in the puddles left by the recent rainstorm. Her infectious laughter filled the night air.
Tim couldn't help but chuckle at the sight. Well, she certainly found a way to entertain herself.
Lucy nodded, her laughter mingling with the last of her tears. "I didn't have the heart to stop her. She looked so happy."
Tim pulled Lucy closer, pressing a kiss to her temple. "You're an amazing mom, Lucy. Sometimes things don't go as planned, but that's okay."
She looked up at him, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Thank you, Tim. I just needed to hear that." Together, they watched Lola play, her joy contagious. Despite the mess and the chaos, this was what life was all about: the unexpected moments, the laughter, and the love they shared as a family.
Tim leaned down, his voice soft in Lucy's ear. "How about we let her play a little longer? Then we all get cleaned up and have a family movie night."
Lucy smiled, her heart full. "That sounds perfect." And so, under the night sky, with their daughter's laughter echoing around them, Tim and Lucy found peace in the beautiful messiness of their lives. Tim and Lucy sat together on the couch, content to simply watch Lola revel in her muddy playground. They shared a quiet moment, letting the stress of the day melt away as their daughter's giggles filled the night air. A few minutes passed, each second deepening their appreciation for these simple, chaotic moments of parenthood. Lola suddenly looked up, her eyes wide with surprise and delight. "Daddy," she squealed, her little legs pumping furiously as she ran toward him. Tim barely had time to react before Lola launched herself into his arms, her small frame colliding with his chest. Mud splattered everywhere, covering his shirt and face. He laughed, hugging her tightly, despite the mess.
"Hey, kiddo," he said, his voice filled with love. "I missed you."
Lola giggled, oblivious to the mud now smeared across Tim's clothes. "I missed you too, Daddy." Lucy couldn't hold back her laughter, her earlier stress completely forgotten. "Looks like you're part of the mud party now," she teased.
Tim grinned, wiping a smear of mud from Lola's cheek. "I guess so. It's a good thing I didn't plan on staying clean tonight."
Lola nestled into his arms, her head resting on his shoulder. "I played in the mud, Daddy. It's so much fun."
Tim kissed the top of her head, his heart swelling with joy. "I can see that. You're having a blast, aren't you?"
Lola nodded vigorously, her curls bouncing. "Mommy said it's okay because it makes me happy."
Tim looked at Lucy, their eyes meeting in a shared moment of understanding. "Mommy's right," he said softly. "Being happy is the most important thing."
Lucy reached out, brushing a stray strand of hair from Lola's forehead. How about we all go inside, clean up, and then have a movie night? What do you think, Lola? Lola's eyes sparkled with excitement. Yes, movie night with Mommy and Daddy.
Tim stood up, still holding Lola, and extended a hand to Lucy. Come on, let's get this mud party cleaned up.
Lucy took his hand, her heart full as they made their way back into the house. The mess didn't matter. What mattered was the love and laughter they shared as a family. And as they cleaned up and settled in for their movie night, Tim knew that these were the moments he would cherish forever.